Hey everyone, this is Chris, your friendly neighborhood Minnesota comic geek, here with another quick haul type video. Before I get started, I would ask that if you enjoy this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future videos. And if you enjoy talking comics, then comment below. Alright, let's get into it. So this last week I happened to be over in the St. Paul area to help my nephew out, who is currently attending the University of St. Thomas. So I was in that area of St. Paul, the Highland area, near St. Kate's and stuff. And I had some time to kill, so I knew there was a half price books location over near that campus down on Ford Parkway. So I often, when I'm in the area, stop into that location to see any new comics or art books that they might have gotten in. I usually end up walking away with something. This day was no different. But if for those here in Minnesota who have never been in a half price books, it's definitely worth checking out, because there's very little chance you're gonna like strike gold and find like this major key hidden gem, because they have access to the internet, and they, over the years, their pricing on comics has gotten slightly out of whack in terms of the books themselves and the condition they're in. They are not comic book graders, and from what I can tell, they just slap the high grade value on any particular book, and so just something to be aware of. But you can still find a lot of random run filler stuff that's not a key book, essentially, stuff to just add into your collections, books that you can take a chance on, or books that you'll like, or whatever. As I was there, this particular location did some rearranging. Their comics used to be in the back of the store, and now they are in the front of the store, which tells me that either A, they know reevaluate their policy on comics and realizing that collectibles and stuff are very desirable right now, and people are wanting to buy comics and stuff, so they're in a more prominent location now. And also with that, they've kind of expanded their comic collection or offerings in this particular store. The trade paperback section is much larger than it used to be. It was kind of cool to see. I always like when there's more options for comic buyers. I didn't find anything good in the kind of newer section, and so they have a clearance bin down in the basement of this location, and so I found a bunch of clearance stuff. And their clearance, each comic that I'm going to show, is 50 cents a piece. Right away, I found a bunch of these old Devil's Reign, Marvel, Top Cow crossover comics from the late 90s. I already own all of these because I was huge 90s Image comic kid. I loved all of it, good and bad. It's what I grew up on, so it has a very special place in my heart. But I was also a big fan of Top Cow in general. I loved Mark Silvestri's art on Uncanny X-Men and Wolverine, and so when he went over to Top Cow, I followed his Cyberforce stuff. For those that don't know, this Devil's Reign crossover event, when Marvel and other companies actually did crossovers, is a story where basically Mephisto comes to the Top Cow universe, wants to collect all the souls he can to return to the Marvel universe more powerful. That's the extent of the crossover. But with that, you get, let's see, I think there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total books in this crossover. Kicking it off, was the Weapon Zero Silver Surfer book that featured a little bit of Mark Silvestri art. He only did like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages to kick off the this book in the interior. You get some interesting kind of creative combinations. Then there's the Wolverine Witchblade book that featured Michael Turner artwork, and him drawing Wolverine at this time was a treat because he was just like his Witchblade style mixed with Wolverine was like a perfect combination. And often with these crossover books here, you got 2 covers usually. Michael Turner did both of these. I love this cover. It's just a great pose, like composition, character, yeah, everything about it. I love it. It was also when Wolverine had his bone claws, like just gigantic claws. Michael Turner also did the Witchblade Elektra book, another set of covers. This time Michael Turner did this one with the Art Nouveau stained glass framing background. I love that. And then you get some early Joe Benitez cover here. And then you got Ballistic Wolverine featuring Joe Benitez interior artwork. So again, there's 50 cents a piece. Then saw this one, Ash number 0, that features the wraparound cover. I absolutely love this cover. When this issue back in the day was first being like publicized and advertised in Wizard magazine featuring this artwork, I could not help but study it and look at it for hours. Like just the new Ash design, the futuristic Ash character, the pose, everything about it, it screams to me. Like I love, like this era of Joe Quesada is, in my opinion, like peak Quesada. Like it's so wonderful. Like just the exaggerated anatomy, everything about it, just wonderful. One thing to note about half-price books locations: if the comics don't come in or aren't sold to them already bagged and boarded, they are not going to put them in bags and boards themselves. They will just slap their sticker on the book, which I hope that'll come off clean, but that's the one drawback to how they handle comics there. But even though it's not bagged and boarded, surprisingly it is in pretty good condition for being in those bins. Again, in the clearance bin, I came across a run of Supreme Power. This is probably the most iconic image from the series. It was just spammed throughout Marvel Comics advertising and Wizard magazine. Like this, like I only know of this series because of this issue number 1 cover image of kid wrapped in the American flag. Like there's nothing truly special about this run. It's just merely just slight interest in reading it. But it, like I said, it came across a whole run of issues from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Like 10 run issue here, or like run of issues, like just 50 cents a piece. Like let's grab them, add them to the collection, give them a read, see what they're all about. Then in their kind of magazine section in the basement, they had a bunch of old Wizard magazines that were in pretty good condition, like almost never read type condition, and all of them, you know, were a buck a piece. So I just, you know, rifled through them and picked up just some kind of better condition copies to put in my collection, because uh, a lot of my Wizard magazines are very heavily read and like just worn out, like from years of looking through them. I loved the Wizard magazine era, and every month, you know, picking up the new issue and reading all the comic news and learning about comic history. If you if you are a kind of newer comic fan and you want to get a true like time capsule of comicdom from the late 90s to about 2010ish, like that era, seek out trying to like all like Wizard magazines. Like you will get a snapshot into comic history. And so, you know, picked up issue 44 featuring the J. Scott Campbell Gen 13 cover, just classic iconic Wizard cover image. Issue number 70, for some reason I could have sworn I had this in my collection, but for some reason I've lost it over the years, so I was able to pick up a replacement copy. Issue number 83, featuring the Adam Hughes kind of comic heroines cover. Probably seen this over the years, but this is where it came from. Yeah, this is a replacement copy that's to mine, which is pretty worn out. Wizard magazine number 90, featuring the Michael Turner, Laura Croft, Witchblade cover that led through to was leading into the kind of one-shot crossover book that he drew. And then I picked up another copy of issue 100, featuring the Alex Ross issue number 1 homage cover. Again, just a better condition copy than what I have, but again, it was all for $1. All told, for the comics and the magazines, it cost me $13 roughly, because I had a 10% discount coupon or whatever. But, you know, just a fun, you know, pickup, and, you know, finding some random stuff that I know I love, and replacement stuff and some new stuff. Like that's the joy of, you know, going into a half price books for me, is I never know like what I'm going to find, but I know I'm going to find something that I can buy and add to my collection. And if you guys go in, I guarantee you will find something you will love and want. With that, I will end this video. Thanks for watching, and again, if you enjoyed this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, comment below and let's talk comics. Bye.